Coming to you live from downtown Detroit, this is Benzinga's PreMarket Prep. With your host, Joel Elconin.
This is a volatile puppy here, isn't it?
And Dennis Dick.
I'm bidding a penny. I will buy the stock for a penny.
With everything you need to start your trading day.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this Friday pre-market prep. Spencer.
Whoa. He knows what he did
2 days in a row.
2 days in a row. The producer needs to be told by the people who aren't the producers what to do.
Okay, wait.
And I was already in a bad mood.
If I can, yes, but it's because we've started going live beforehand and it messes with my mic, but I'm sorry.
No excuses.
Good morning. You're right. I apologize. You know, my light's not even on. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market Prep. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin, Dennis Dick with you this morning. A lot to discuss. We could talk about taxes, perhaps, maybe. We can talk about Snapchat, perhaps, maybe. We have a smaller M&A deal that happened this morning. We can talk about that. We'll take questions from our chat. We'll talk Bitcoin. We'll talk Cathie. We'll hit on all the chat favorites, and we'll take questions. No Marcus today. Marcus is out. He is with his son visiting colleges, so he will not be on with us, but we have Jason Raznick on at like 8:45. So
who's going to calm me down? It's always Marcus that calms me down with his calming voice. Where's Anne-Marie? Get Anne-Marie.
Oh, you know what?
Speaking of Anne-Marie,
call her. I need somebody to calm me down. I'm always too hyper if I don't hear Marcus or Anne-Marie.
Hey, speaking of Anne-Marie Band, if you missed it, Anne-Marie Band was on our Clean Tech Small Cap Conference yesterday with yours truly, with myself. The video is available for replay, I believe, on YouTube.
All right, give me the link. I got to go watch the video because I need to calm down.
It was 40 minutes of Anne-Marie just like talking charts, and it was nice. It was relaxing. It was great. I will put the link in there in the chat for how to find that. But go ahead and smash that like button. And Joel, how are we doing this morning?
We're in the green by 8 3/4 handles at 41.3650. Good levels to keep an eye on the upside and the downside. Crude, that's up 28 cents at 61.71. Gold knocking on the door of 1,800 once again, up $9. Just called $10 at 17.92. Silver, that's in the green too by 12 cents at 28.30. Bitcoin, this is the futures, and we are struggling to hold 50K, down $2,840 at 49,980. This is called 50K. So Triple D, you know why I'm in a bad mood this morning?
Why? Tell me, please.
Because I got up at 5:15.
Well, that puts anybody in a bad mood.
Okay, well, that's that time I normally get up, and what's going on in the markets? So I had a pool appointment to go swimming, right? So I get there at 6, and do you know what time they let me in the pool? Because the lifeguard didn't show up.
What time?
15.
You had to wait 15 minutes to get in the pool?
Yeah.
Can you sit in the sauna or something before
that,
though?
No,
because sauna's closed for COVID.
Yeah. So 15 minutes. Okay. If there would have been a breakfast place open, I would have went out and got breakfast. So I only got.
Can you swim right after eating? Don't you get cramps?
No. I just would have went out and got the big breakfast and forgot about the swimming. But
that's what I would normally do. I would just get the big breakfast always and forget about.
So instead of getting 2,000 meters in, I only got 1,500, and I had a dude that insisted on swimming in the middle of the lane. So I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a bad mood today.
Oh, my hair is in a good mood today. Everybody's commenting on it.
Oh, I know.
Actually, you know what it is? I showered last night, actually, and then I went to sleep right away. I showered 11 o'clock at night and went to sleep. So it's just so clean right now. It's like flowing. It's so happy.
You know,
showering's overrated, I think. So right now, this is clean hair. This is what clean hair looks like. Look at that.
Let's see.
Do you?
Oh my gosh, that is awesome hair! I tell you, somebody said I look like Bob Ross.
It's so plush, right?
I love Bob Ross.
I got a new nickname for you. Did I ever tell you about my Aunt Lena?
Aunt Lena. Never heard a story about Aunt Lena.
No, this is
Okay, so she used to have like do they call them pompadours? You know, the haircut for women where it kind of goes up on the top, just like your hair. And I used to call her Pompadour Lena.
Pom-poms.
And so
That's where pom-poms come from.
that's what I'm going to call you, Pompadour. I'll just call you Lena when your hair looks like that. But hey, let's get to the markets. We got some earnings. We got Intel in the red, which I'm not happy about. We got Snapchat in the green. We got Coinbase and Bitcoin just getting railed. Where do you want to start, Spencer?
I mean, I feel like we got to start with just the overall market and the reaction to the headline yesterday.
Oh, tax! Nobody likes tax.
Yeah, higher taxes is the headline out of Washington. They're going to the plan, at least, is to double the capital gains tax for those with income over $1 million, doubling the rate from 20% to about 40%. Which would be the largest increase ever. It would make. It's funny that we just mentioned this like 2 days ago. We were talking about taxes, and then like a day later, this headline comes out. So yeah, higher cap gains tax on the wealthy, and that is the headline that hit the market yesterday.
Well, we knew, we said this when Biden got elected that, Biden was not going to be as market friendly as Trump from a taxing perspective. So it's inevitable that some tax stuff would come. Capital gains, we kind of knew that was low-hanging fruit. I think it overshot a little bit at the bump up in the rate, doubling the rate or more than potentially doubling the rate. Still, I don't know if this gets passed through, but it spooked the market yesterday.
That's always the question. Is what it goes with things that are good or bad. It's like, well, what are the odds this actually happens? That's always
I mean, I'm still worried about the financial transaction tax. I'd be much more worried about financial transaction tax, but a capital gains tax. But again, the capital gains tax doesn't apply to me because I'm in Canada. So, and everything that I make, from Bright Trading is 100% taxed. So I don't even get a break at all because it's all prop trading money. But so it doesn't affect me directly, but it does affect my stocks when they all get smacked around yesterday. So I wasn't that pleased about that. Joel, is this buying opportunity or is this time to ring the register?
Oh man, I want to talk to Raz about that investment that he has with TradeStation. I'm just on the hunt. I don't know why, and I've been in different investing modes, but right now I just want to lock in 5 to 7% for that's what I've been doing for like 100 years. But like right now, I just don't have an appetite for risk. I just besides the stuff I'm already holding, new money put to work. Inflation, I'm not too worried about yet, but man, I don't know. It's just, I don't have a huge appetite for risk, but quick, who sings the song? Our only older people are going to get this one. Who sings the song Taxman?
I don't know.
No, me and Spencer are like
Dennis.
50 years younger than you, Joel.
I bet you someone in the chat gets it. Whoa, I'm the Taxman.
You're going to sing it for us.
I just did.
Somebody will get it in the chat, but
sorry.
There we go. We got someone smart.
I'm the tax man.
There we go. Mitch is making that up. That would be a terrible song if it really does go like that.
It's the Beatles, man.
Really?
It's the Beatles?
Yeah.
Beatles song?
Yeah. Can we play that without getting fined?
No, definitely not a Beatles song.
Definitely not.
Sure.
It is a Beatles song.
I'm just saying, you can't play a Beatles song. The Beatles are going to fine us for sure. There's big time royalties on Beatles songs. So
there we go. We got some smart people in here. All right, let's go.
Okay. We went 10 minutes. We haven't even talked one stock yet.
Let's talk stocks.
Give me a stock. Something.
Snapchat. All right, Snapchat.
Okay.
All right.
Hit on the initial number and then it rallies. I mean, again, it's about what is sentiment going in. The stock was down for basically 7 straight sessions, making newer lows going into the numbers. So expectations were lower. They hit the stock initially, and then they're like, oh, no, we buy dips. And they bought the dip up, and they continue to buy the dip up. So nice reversal off of the earnings report here. It's the accordion chart, like many of the other charts that are in the S&P, or not even in the S&P, just many of the other stocks that are out there. Accordion charts everywhere, up and down and up and down and up and down. This is the same. I don't know. If you're trying to hit this pitch, it is a wicked curveball.
Dennis, I mean, you do the after hours, you're doesn't, man. Look at that initial spike. I mean, if you're going to get down and dirty, it seems like, I know this is a 15-minute chart here, but I bet you that under 54 low, I bet you that happened within minute.
Oh yeah, couple minutes. That whole like spike down was a couple minutes, and then they started buying it back up.
Yeah. And now it's just, look how quiet it is. I'm just going to throw 60 out there. Hold 60, boom, take out the pre-market high, 61. Who knows how we can go. You don't hold 60. You don't take out that pre-market high. You roll over. I don't know if you take out the low from yesterday, but just that 60, it's a round number. Look at all the congestion around there. That's my number. What do you got for us on that, Dennis?
It's hard pitch to hit.
Curveball. Okay.
Ball. You got PENN's, Twitter, all these. So I pair all these up together. So I do the pair trade. Snap moves, then I try to pick up PENN's and Twitter. And if they start reversing, then I try to short PENN's and Twitter. Yes, I do short stocks. Evil Dennis. But those three pair up really well together. Facebook to a certain extent, but it doesn't move as well. So those three. So if you're trading, obviously Snap, you always, or if you're looking at Snap, Twitter and PENN's move with that. All these charts are the same. They're all the accordion chart again. It's going up. Oh yeah, here we go. We're breaking out. Oh no, we're not. We're selling off. Oh, we're selling off. Oh no, we're going to break out. Oh no, we're going to sell off. That's a stock market in a nutshell here, and a lot of individual stocks for the last month. April. So we always talk about. I had March was one of my best trading months in years. It was excellent. Despite the market going down, but I like straight down markets. This one's been hard. This April has been one of my worst trading months, I think, since probably over a year. I think this was one of my worst trading months. I'm still up some money, but way off of what I normally am for a month. And it's a little bit to do with these accordion charts. I mean, it's my swing trading. I'm not getting any extra money really from swing trades right now because you're getting stopped out and everything.
Because you keep buying stacks. Because you keep buying stacks. There you go.
It's just up and down. I mean, it's a tricky market. And normally up and down markets are good for me as a contrarian, but this has been a very tricky market to trade right now. So I know the S&P, SPYs are up near the highs, but individual stocks, it's tricky, man.
What does that say? What does that say about the overall market?
Well, we've come to this point where everything has run except for, and then growth got slammed a month and a half ago, and we've rallied into all these other stocks now, and then so we don't know where we want to go. It's a wishy-washy market. There's so many differing opinions. Half people think, oh yeah, we're going up to new highs, and there's inflation coming, stock price is going to inflate as well. And then other people are like, we've come too far too fast and we need a correction. So it's very wishy-washy. And there's no general direction. SPY has had a general direction, which is up. Somebody was saying to me the transports have been up. But there's a ton of names that just have no direction right now. A lot of the tech names, really not a lot of direction. I mean, Apple predictably ran up ahead of the spring event and sold off a little bit after. So that was a predictable event. But, you look at all these charts, even Tesla. Look at the chart of Tesla, and it's a stock I actively trade. Almost every single day I'm trading Tesla. It's the same thing. It's like 700, it's kind of holding, but a lot of just wicked candles in there. Oh, we're up to 50 points. Oh, no, we're down 50. And we're up 30. Oh, no, we're down 30. General Motors, same thing. Up and down and up and down and up and down all around. And there's no general direction right now. It's a tricky market.
Christopher Forsman's pounding on us here, and he's saying, why don't you guys addressing the anemic volume in the market? And there's plenty of volume. There's people taking other sides of my trades with no problem. So I don't know.
Me too this month.
I don't know what look at the SPY volume. I mean, there's plenty of volume in there. Maybe you're just trading the wrong things. Or the wrong issues, but
it's quiet. No, it's a point.
Quieter.
Volume is down right now. There's definitely a point there. Volume always goes down when you're just in a consolidation phase and that's really what the market overall kind of is right now. A lot of these stocks are just consolidating big moves that they've had. I mean, Nucor, you look at the value trade, it gets sold off yesterday on the earnings, but that was in consolidation station before the report.
Did I warn you about the Nucor? Did I warn you about the Nucor?
I'm still in it. I think if you're worried about it, there's still a good chance to sell it here. I got to have some infrastructure plays. So I think this is the best one. So from a steel perspective, of the steel stocks, it's my favorite one. I've had it for years, not selling it.
Okay.
No, but it's also a great point. Like, everything is going to be down in terms of volume or activity from February. So just to put this into some context here, February was Benzinga's highest traffic month in our history by a mile, right? Like, of course, and that it coincided with GameStop and all that.
Yeah, the buzz,
right?
The retail buzz.
Of course, the buzz has subsided. So of course, like, traffic has gone down from February, right? Volume has gone down from February. Of course, it's going to happen because February was such a ridiculous thing that happened, a viral sensation, right? Of course, it's going to come down. So yes, volume has subsided. I've seen. It feels like every other day I see, new low of the year in NYSE volume or new low of the year in NASDAQ volume. But they're coming up from crazy levels.
Yeah.
Think about that. Crazy levels.
Yeah.
So like that's what we say. I've been thinking like, yeah, like our traffic is down, but look where it was it was just insane. It was insane 2 months ago. Like that doesn't happen very often.
It's calmed down. We're in a calm period right now. We'll have more. Don't worry about it. We're going to have more volatility. The volatility will come back.
It's creeping up a little bit. It's creeping up a little bit. Remember, I was telling you that, hey, I'm not too worried yet because, the vol's still kind of low. My one indicator is starting to creep up a little, especially with that move yesterday. That was a kick you in the side of the head move. Lunchtime, you're hanging out, you take out a double top. We're going to new all-time highs and kaplooey. I mean, boom. That, you haven't seen many moves like this, man. That was ugly.
That was an ugly bar. That was to the tax. So, I mean, It hit you on the side of the head with news. There was an event.
Right.
It was an event that obviously the Biden tax, information came out. So you'll always see moves like that off an event. But what do we do, though? I mean, this is a very confusing market for me, too. I'm sitting with quite a bit of cash, but, I'm also, part of me wants to jump back into some stocks. I bought some more Alibaba yesterday. I've talked about rebuying the Baba that I sold for a long time. So I did. I used the opportunity, the dip. Actually, it was 2 days ago. No, I think it was yesterday. I bought at the open. I bought the opening print. It went straight up for me, too, after, but then pulled all the way back in. So it's the only stock that I put in the long-term portfolio, and it's the shares that I sold when I was worried that Jack Ma had gone missing and he might not be found. Yeah. So I've been waiting kind of to get those shares back where I sold them, and I did. So I'm back full in Baba. What are your thoughts, Baba?
I'm surprised they didn't get a bigger pop off the settlement.
Yeah, then there's Ant Financial. There was some issues there.
Yeah,
are they really out of the woods with the Chinese regulator? We don't know.
Yeah.
I just think it's if you want some exposure to China, I still think Bob was a great play.
Yeah, I agree. 220. Just keep an eye on that. You had that spike down to like 211. I just look at this. I know this is your long-term investment, so I'm going to go to the monthly chart and I'm going to put mine in here, and I'm going to say, hey, this is called 215. Yeah, I know you had this low, a little bit lower than that. That's 215, and then the panic low was 211.25. So there, monthly chart, it's holding, but it's starting to close on the lower end of this. So it better get out of here. It better get out of this 220, 225 area. It was actually at 230. Better get out of here. Start making some closes over 240. Then making some closes over 250. But it's hanging out down here. I'd rather be long than short. But it's hanging out here too long.
Can we do early ticker time, maybe, Spencer?
Why?
Can we do an early one? Why not?
We haven't done it. Okay, whatever you want.
We're kind of all over the place and done enough stocks. I think we should do an early ticker time. Let's do 10 stocks in 10 minutes. Let's go.
My God, so many. Okay, I'm going to the chat. Innovi, INO. Will wants to know why did INO get a rug pull? And
there's got to be a headline here today. I actually didn't see this one. I sold half of my stock on that $10 pop, and I should have sold it all. That's 7 days ago. It went from, it was news. There was something like COVID or something, and I sold half of it on that news. It was a loser for me, and I was like, I'm cutting half this loser. I should have sold it all. Obviously, should have sold it all. There's a headline today: shares trading lower following reports the company is planning for a predominantly ex-US phase 3 trial. So they were talking about trial. And it looks like they're not going to do the trial in the U.S. So they hammer the stock for that. This stock has been an absolute dog. I bought it on an analyst upgrade back when it was 14. I thought it was a Reddit stock. It's been terrible for me. I've sold half the loss. I'm going to lose on this stock because I probably am going to sell more of it. I wouldn't buy it. It's a dog. Talking against my portfolio, this has been a dog. I
can't say it stopped going down yet. I mean, we're still right here at the lows of the session.
No, terrible stock.
Yeah,
I don't know what the company was. A terrible stock.
All right.
Next.
All right, that's a tough one. Wow.
What about PENN? Ryan noting that PENN can't break its downturn. Ryan,
this is to you, Joel.
PE. I mean, well, I talked about 110 before I left, but no one decided to listen to me on that. So now I will just say, you got a hope of a bottom here. Too high or low. So if you're playing this, I just would keep an eye on the low from yesterday. I wouldn't want to wait for 85.92. I'd 88.52. That was low from yesterday. That's must hold level. You do have 3 highs in the same area. Got to clear 93.
Sell the rip has been working better than buy the dip on most stocks, even though the market's near highs. Next.
I'm trying to go for ones that we don't talk about. I mean, SOS is like, ugh.
We talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
That one's
Let me see. Is it at $97 yet?
What about FUBO? I'm going to take over. What about FUBO?
FUBO.
Yeah, we haven't talked FUBO in a while. This actually got to close above 20.
We talked about
it had a good day 2 days ago. We talked about it.
Yeah, I know, but we talked about this 20. Yeah, but it's a widely traded stock. So there is life in FUBO right now. There is some life. It put the nice triple bottom in, Joel. It closed above 20. It has some life. The one problem is it's still an awfully ugly downtrend, but it's kind of perky. So I don't know. If it gets about 21.53, it's interesting to me. I would say I wouldn't want to wait for the triple bottom. And, you're always going to have these flush outs below 20, but, maybe you stop yourself at like 19 or something. It's interesting to me.
I'll just make a blanket statement here. I'm not interested in any of the sports stuff, any of the sports gaming. I think it's way overdone. What happened to that great soccer league that they're putting together?
Oh, actually, I meant to bring
JP Morgan should stay out of sports. That's what I have to say.
I meant to bring that up. Man U gave back all those gains quick.
Sell the rip, man. Sell the pops. It continues to work. I actually shorted Man U on those. I actually made some money. I shorted Man U on that.
Yeah.
It was I'm telling you, the dumb little pops, man. Those are good shorts. As long as you don't tell Reddit.
Who watches soccer anyway? Soccer is so boring.
Everybody
1-0, 0-0.
What about my skills call yesterday too?
Right.
Also, why you don't know when the game's over in soccer when they go to overtime? The guy's looking at his watch.
There's 5 more minutes.
No, they do little secret time.
The added time.
They do secret time.
Bonus time.
I want to know when the game's over. I don't want to know when the ref. Oh, it's over.
I've never really understood the love for soccer, but maybe it's our North American, point of view. I like hockey. I like football. I like baseball. I've never liked soccer. It's kind of like Al Bundy, Like Al Bundy never liked soccer either.
But they love football in Europe.
It's everything.
Yeah,
soccer. They call it
whatever.
Gotta hold 16, man of you. That's what I have to say.
What about
skills?
Oh yeah, that's what
I'm grabbing it. I said it yesterday. I said I'll say it. I'd sell this pop. 1915 when I said that. It went up. I might have taken a little heat. I did not trade it there. 1943, and it went straight down. There was multiple people who reached out to me that shorted that open. That's excellent followers. Good job on that. Straight down from the open, 0 heat, and it filled the gap. Now it's up here again this morning. Why is skills up this morning? 2 influencers. One, Fast Money gave it a whole pile of love, which popped at $1. And then you got Aunt Cathie over there. She's got to continue to load the boat because she buys the same stocks on dips every day. Very predictable what she's going to buy every day. She bought another 1.2 million shares of skills there yesterday on the dip. So she's in, so that's why it's popping back up here this morning. So now it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it was, the 2-day move was just ridiculous. It was running into a 20 resistance, didn't quite get there. So it was a nice fade yesterday. Now, I don't know where it goes from here.
Here's another thing where everyone on Wall Street has copied me. Do you know where this Aunt Cathie came from? Why we say Aunt Cathie?
It came from Auntie Jeanette.
Well, even before that. We got to get Fari on again. Even before Fari. Who used to I call Uncle?
Uncle
we haven't heard from.
Oh, yeah, Uncle Carl.
Yeah, that's it. All
Started with
started
Uncle
with me
Carl.
calling Carl Icon Uncle Carl.
Joel takes
and-
credit for all of it.
And now
He
everyone,
created ant.
God,
He created the word
everybody.
ant.
anti-genetic. Everyone's ripping me off. I
This
can't. This world is just
Joel
full of
invented the internet.
rip-offs.
This all started with syrup. I think they copied the Aunt Jemima. They copied Joel with the syrup, and then it's
Oh yeah, everybody's copying.
Well,
all downhill from there.
what did I do on the syrup?
Oh, like Aunt Jemima. I was gonna say that was
No, that was
All
wrong
right.
before me. This is it. This was an easy call yesterday. I didn't trade it. 50%, almost right on the kisser. You came down to 16. Shorts were just loving that move yesterday. They were just scrambling the cover. They said, oh, the 50% at 16. They stacked their bid 16.5, 16.10, 16.15,
And it held.
16.20, and it held. And now what was the close? Let's see. It's got to hold the close and take out the 1955. A lot of resistance.
A lot of resistance now. You have all kinds of resistance up in the 18s and 19s from bag holders from who chased it yesterday. So careful on that. I had one there.
Wait,
Go.
you want to go through like the rest of like the Cathie buys if you care? I don't know.
Sure. Quickly.
Okay, so you mentioned 1.2 million shares of Skills bought yesterday. That was the biggest purchase. The rest of them were much smaller. They bought it's the same stocks like you said. They bought DraftKings. Oh, they bought Coinbase. We should talk Coinbase. They bought 250,000 shares of Coinbase.
They buy coin and DraftKings every day. She buys the same stocks, and look what she sells, man.
Okay,
She's selling
Tell you.
Square. She's selling Roku. She's selling all the stocks. She's like a day trader now. She's selling all the stocks she bought like 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
So I have no idea what's going on there. She's not definitely not long term because she's buying and selling like crazy. I mean, she bought a pile of Square just like a month ago. Now she's selling a pile of Square. What has it done? Is she making money on that sale? I guess.
Why don't you keep track of it?
I don't know. Like, well, we should start keeping track. Somebody's got to be keeping track of this already. No sense
Hopefully-
reinventing the wheel.
hopefully
I'm sure
she
somebody is. Like she's selling Roku. Well, she was just buying Roku. What's going on there? It's very interesting.
She also
So-
bought a nice chunk of 3D systems yesterday.
Selling Nvidia. She buys. Here's the stock she's buying every day. She buys this SPFR every day,
Yep.
which never goes up. I bought it because she
Jaws.
bought it. It's been a dog.
The Jaws Spitfire's back. Yeah.
Yeah, I just bought it because of the 10 support too.
What are they doing? Jaws, Spitfire.
I think
Yeah.
Mitch likes it too. I think Mitch
That's,
talked me into
Mitch likes everything.
Did Mitch talk me into Mitch? Did you talk me into SPFR?
Who is that again?
Why did I buy SPFR? I'm down 30 cents in it, but I bought a 10.50.
That's
I'm
Velo
I'm
3D.
down 30 cents in it.
That SPFR is Velo 3D.
I think Mitch likes this one. Mitch, do you like SPFR?
3D.
Where is he? Mitch left.
Taking a nap.
Yeah, Mitch is out. It's a 3D
Come
printing
on.
company. It's a
Okay.
3D printing company. So
That must be why. And I like the 10. Yeah, so she's selling PayPal, Square. She's selling all the stock she was buying before. She's like a day trader now. Buy the rip, sell the buy the rip, sell the dip. She's buying hopefully buying the dip and selling the rip, but
wait, can we go back to Coinbase for just a sec?
yeah.
Because
I don't know what to tell you about this.
Following
thing-
Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been straight down. It just follows Bitcoin. So if you see Bitcoin get a relief pop, bring up the chart of Bitcoin. Put it beside it.
Okay.
Give me a chart of Bitcoin.
Well,
There's
Bitcoin was under 50,000 when I looked at it an hour ago.
There it is.
So we've come off significant sell-off in Bitcoin overnight. It's not surprising that you get the sell-off here. It's going to trade with a little bit maybe lower volatility than the Mara and the Riot and the BTBT. I just threw it in the same whole group. I have the whole group of Bitcoin stocks. Bitcoin starts taking off, I try to buy that group. Bitcoin starts selling off, I try to short that group. So just
you want to
following
hear
the Bitcoin
something
price.
interesting? This thing has made a lower high every single day.
It's not
I
the kind of
predict-
stock I want.
I predict it will eventually
Make a higher
make
high.
a higher high. That's my
predict that as
prediction.
well. It's
Yep.
usually on the Bueller 9 times. It can never get to the 10th. So we're on day 7, day 8, or I guess this is day 7. It's day 8 tomorrow. No, day 8 today. So tomorrow, so it'd be Monday would be day 9. So maybe it's going to be on the 9th day. It'll be
Number 9.
9 times.
I don't know.
9 times.
Not 9
Bueller.
lower lows though, so that's
Yeah.
that's a little bit of a positive.
that's a hot take from Mr. Joel right there.
And
It's tough.
the volume was already-
Bitcoin's been getting hit here for about a week, so it's not surprising the coin gets hit too. I should have sold all my Bitcoin and bought Ethereum. I'm telling you, man, that was the trade. screwed up.
If you're wondering what stocks Dennis trades with Coinbase, Bitcoin, here you go. Here's a list. I'm sure
I don't trade those small ones though.
No,
Those
but
little small.
he trades some of these. He trades CAN. I'm sure you trade.
No, I don't trade Sam.
No?
My list is Mara,
Riot.
BTBT.
Yeah, that's on here.
And then if it's really getting slammed, I'll do Square or PayPal on it, but it's got to really be getting slammed. So those small moves, but mainly those three stocks: Mara, Riot, BTBT. This LGHL, I know, and AEHL. Some of these are loosely connected to it, but that's not nearly as much connected. And then and the other one, the big one, is MSTR. Obviously, I trade MSTR.
How's that doing?
Obviously,
they're getting hit. How's all these Bitcoin? The Bitcoin stocks themselves have really been actually hit pretty hard, considering Bitcoin is only down.
Wait, that's a 2-for-1 stock
These are
split.
down way more.
Oh
I
my
know.
Lord!
They've all been hit. Mara, Riot, BTBT, Coin has been hit now. It's been tough.
It's just unbelievable. That thing was at $1,300.
Yeah, it's cut in half, 2-for-1 split. That's when everybody thought that that's a MicroStrategy. I believe it's just isn't it all mining? Isn't it crypto mining? What the hell do they do? I just know it's a Bitcoin stock.
yeah.
Because they put a bunch of money into Bitcoin.
What?
They
Or did they just put a bunch of? I think they're into mining.
No,
I think MSTR is a miner, isn't it?
Yeah, they're a miner.
Yeah. I just know I go those four stocks: Mara, Riot, BTBT, and MSTR. I kind of trade all those together as relationships. I'm the relationship trader. This is how I make my money. This is how bright traders make their money. Quantitative approach to the markets, looking at relationships. I don't care. The Bitcoin is my price indicator, and I'm buying or selling these stocks off of Bitcoin.
Riot has to be one of the all-time great comeback stories because, I remember that thing in 2018, and I was like, it's never seeing. It's never seeing 46 ever again.
It did,
and it did.
Because January and February were the bag holder bailouts of the century. I had stocks that I were down 50, 60% in, and they came back too. I was saying it back then. I was like, remember we talked about it. This was the top when I was looking at my long-term portfolio, and I was up on 94 out of 100 stocks.
I know.
I mean, I had 6 losers. I was like, this is just stupid. I've never seen that before, where I got my long-term portfolio and I'm up in everything. I've never seen that before. Now, if you look at it, it doesn't look like that anymore. Lots of losers in there. So all those growth names, all those higher PE stuff, those are all crap. Lots of INOs in there. It's been a horrible stock.
INO. What analyst did you buy that off?
I don't know. Go back and look. He upgraded it and gave like a $30 price target. He really screwed me.
That was an early COVID play in OVO. That was early.
It was that, and then it was a Reddit stock. I actually played it once and made some money, and I got back in. You sure? You just stay up. I was out clean. So Neo, they want to talk Neo. We haven't talked Neo in a while.
Okay, let's talk Neo.
That's you, Joel.
It's like we're talking Neo like every other day.
It's trying to break the downtrend. It's interesting. XPEV, I trade these two stocks together, obviously. I'm sure it's probably going to look similar. XPEV is still clearly in the downtrend. Neo's trying to get out of the downtrend.
Seeing a big block trade this morning in Neo, 1.2 million shares.
That's meaningless to me. Okay. I look at 0 block trades.
Okay.
Just letting you know, like some people like that stuff. I don't think there's any alpha in
well,
that whatsoever.
sometimes it's fun blowing up.
This was, and Joel and I have had this conversation. Joel's going to agree with me. Block trades were important back before institutions had algorithms that chopped up all their orders. Yeah. So a block size on the book, like a big size order I'll talk about. But one just trade, there's so many institutional crosses, there's so much stuff. A block trade in the pre-market is probably just an old institutional cross from the close. So where was that price? Was the price of the block trade $39.57? I don't even know. I'm just guessing. I bet you it was $39.57.
I bet you're right.
Yeah, that's what that is an institutional late reported cross from the closing price. Absolutely meaningless to today's activity. But you'll have traders out there saying, "Oh, there's a block trade.
I know.
Oh, this indicates it's going up." They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about.
You know what? Block trades were fun when you could participate in them. Right?
Yeah.
When you could see the the truck coming in, and you're like,
I want to get in a piece of this. Yeah.
There's a big print coming. Trip 9's on the offer. No bids.
I'll throw my bid. I'll provide liquidity. This sucker's gapping down. I'll back up the truck. I'll help out here.
I will.
That was the day, Joel. That was 20 years ago, though.
And then sometimes you would go out on that. You're like 96 bid and you get done at like 94 and you're like, oh my God. Like what just happened?
What was there more coming? The worst is when they go trip nines gap down and then it goes trip nines on you again. Then you're like, oh boy, we got a gap into a gap. We're in trouble now because I just loaded up on that one and they got another big fish coming through.
Or if you saw the big block coming in and you threw in a bunch of orders and then you're waiting for a fill. And you're waiting for a fill.
Sometimes 5 minutes. It was specialist back then. They're putting together the print. The way it worked with the block trades on the floor back in the day when everybody traded on the floor. They don't anymore. Yeah. They got a big order. They're like, okay, so we're gonna go one up. 100 shares on the bid, 100 shares. Sometimes it go trip nines, but it go one up. Okay, we got something. And that means nobody can trade it because when it's one up, one bid, one down, nobody could auto execute or anything. So it's just sitting there in New York. Specialist is calling everyone. I got a big seller here. Who wants to help me out? I'll buy a piece. You buy a piece. It sits there for 2 minutes. We know it goes one up. We throw it, or you see the trip nines. We'll throw our bids out there too. It's like, I'll help out. What that is an advertisement to traders saying, there's a huge seller here, wants to sell 100,000 shares, and we don't want to take them down $10. We need some help. So they wait for the liquidity to come in. So we come in as Bright Trading would come in, other prop traders would come in, floor traders would come in, and we say, okay, I'll buy some. They gap it down $1, and then we try to work it. We're taking that, it was just here, now it's
help it out.
Then we try to work it out, and sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. But usually those gap downs would sometimes be the capitulation. Like the big seller was selling a little bit all day. He's like, okay, get me the hell out. And then it gaps down. It's called capitulation, and that's it. That's when block trades meant something. Somebody wanted me to explain block trades. That's when it meant something. Now
remember, it used to hit status.
It's crosses. It's off exchange. It doesn't mean nearly as much as they used to.
Used to hit status. You remember on Ready? Do you still have that status?
Get status. Get status.
Boom,
get status.
Boom, boom.
Do you remember Rashid?
What happened?
The specialist screwed him on a fill, so he sat there and he hit get status to the specialist on the floor 1,000 times. He literally hit it 1,000 times. He'd go get status. Specialist, so what it would do, it'd pop up on the screen, and specialist would say not filled. Not filled.
ND.
Not filled. It'd pop up. ND, not filled. So the specialist, it was a message to the specialist on the floor. What are you doing my order? It's not filled. It's not filled. He was so mad, he just kept statusing an order. So finally, the exchange called Bright Trade, and they called your office, and they said, who is this trader that has just statused our specialist 1,000 times? He's been doing it for an hour straight. He's like, tell him to stop doing it, or we're going to bar him from the post. So anyways, you yell at Rashid because you were the trading supervisor, like, cut it out. We were laughing in the corner, but he statused him so many times, man. I was like, he was so mad because he screwed him on a print. Like, he should have got a print. And he pennied him. Remember when they would do the pennying? Like, he was sitting there at $25, and the stock's like 26 gaps down. He goes 25.01 in front of him. He's like, he totally screwed me on that print. Like, I should have been part of that, and he left me out. And then he was mad about it. So it's just fun stuff back in the day.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
They don't allow you to do that anymore. You can't go to the specialist on the floor and say, get status.
I'm trying to imagine what that was like. So Joel was like the teacher who had to corral all you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He'd yell at me. We had some, somebody's mom came in the office and I cussed and said the F word, and Joel gave me so much trouble for that. It's a trading room. I'm sitting in the corner like, F this, like lost some money on a trade. Joel's like, comes over and lectures me. He's like, stop swearing. Somebody's mother's in this trading room. I'm the 22-year-old buck. Joel's giving me hell.
There's an effing mother in the room.
Oh, I was so mad. I was getting killed on a trade. So
hey, a buddy of mine's in that building now. I was gonna go up on the 10th floor and see if our old stomping grounds. But hey, we digressed
this big time.
Who cares? That was fun.
Spencer, you're just.
I liked it.
Oh, come on.
Okay, bringing it back. We did have somebody ask a few moments ago about a couple of the exchanges. They asked about ICE and CME. I don't know if you want to look at those.
What do you mean?
Like the charts.
Yeah, I trade all these together. ICE, CME. So if you want to know about my trading, it's all groups of stocks, and and you look, and they all kind of go together. ICE, CME, NDAQ. CBOE, those four all kind of, grouped together. And if you look, the charts all look somewhat similar. So, I trade those against each other. From a technical basis, they've really been doing nothing too. I mean, ICE is near all-time high, so I shouldn't say
Look
they're
at
doing
that.
nothing.
Just if you're trading ICE, just keep an eye on 119.
Ice baby.
Yeah, look at that. 119 must hold level in ICE, CME, consolidation station. Wait for it to break out of this 3-week trading range. CBOE. Boom, boom, boom.
They're all consolidation stations near the highs. They've been good. They've been good.
Oh man, look at the top. I mean, man, major seller there. You can pick out that level you need for a breakout.
The reason I don't have any of these in my long-term portfolio is I still don't know where the financial transaction tax is going. And if an FTT was proposed, these stocks would get hammered. And I think that could still be coming down the pipe. So that's why I said at the beginning of the year, I don't want to own any exchanges. I don't want to own like any even like retail brokers like IBKR for that reason, because I don't know when that comes, but eventually I think it's going to get proposed. I obviously hope it gets shot down, but it will hammer the exchanges.
Go ahead if you like the old trading stories. We can tell more of them if we get enough likes. We'll tell all the stories. So
all the stories. We can't tell them all. We got to only tell the PG
No, we
ones.
definitely can't tell them all. I definitely though. When Albert Einstein was on yesterday, I had a lot of things going on. But when he was talking about when
Einstein
people
Wall Street
came on the floor.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! You never want to bring a pretty girl on the floor. Well, I don't know what it's like now, but I mean,
it's tamer now.
I'll tell you one time. I don't know if I should say this.
Yeah, I don't know.
This one girl. No, it's okay because I didn't do it. This one girl.
Wait, it's okay.
It's okay.
Lady,
I didn't do
this
it.
is true. This is true.
Yeah.
The whole pit was saying, "Show us your."
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
This is the world has changed a lot.
And she
the pit
did.
is not like that.
She did.
Oh, she did.
And the place went bonkers.
Volume went to zero. Trading.
Oh, when you stop trading,
Trading
the
volume.
pretty girl on the floor, you could just call it, they would just call a halt. And they were just yelling, she was busty, and they were like yelling it. And I'm like, oh my God. And she did it.
Oh my God.
Someone got fined some big time money for that.
All right. I'm bringing us back.
This is a tough story.
Okay.
I don't know where we go here because I don't want any like.
Here, Bull for Trading has a good question. Dennis, what sources do you recommend for learning about order flow?
There's not really a hell of a lot of good ones. It's kind of
feel
like order flow, like talking, like it's reading tape reading. It's all kind of screen time learning about that stuff. But I can give you a quick lesson. Like if you're looking at the tape, you're looking at the consolidated tape, which is all the trades that are going by, showing you the exchanges that they're happening. If we go back to when we were trading, the majority of trades were on NYSE. Now you got all the different exchanges they're trading on. But, when you're seeing FINRA, the biggest thing to read out from, FINRA is if it's done at the bid and the offer, it's usually that's off-exchange market makers that are matching the quote. So, sometimes in some smaller trades, there's a place where you can kind of feel it because some of the off-exchange market makers will let some of the orders get through to the market, driving the price higher. Like I believe this happens. Obviously, I'm not an off-exchange market maker, but Joel was. I mean, some of these orders will go through and then, you start seeing them selling on the offer and selling on the offer and selling and matching the offer. Well, as a day trading perspective, it's like, okay, well, the smart money, which is the off-exchange market makers, the Citadels, the Virtues, they're the smartest money on any from short-term, price prediction. Sometimes, they'll be selling on the offer on a small cap. It's like, okay, well, that's where it's going to, that's where we're running into resistance because you got Citadel, Virtue, everybody dumping it there. But for the most part, they're just trading the spread. So it's hard to read as much into that too. Like it's bid offer. But on some small cap names, you can get a feel for, okay, well, they're really selling on this 100 share offer. It's trading thousands of shares there. It's all happening on FINRA. So off-exchange market makers are all dumping it. So they've just went, maybe potentially short the stock. You want to kind of follow that. I mean, that's all just different, that's one little piece of order flow, that you can look at as the FINRA trades. But, just saying, oh, well, FINRA is buying at the bid there, I'm going to go higher. Well, they're probably selling at the ask too. So it might be, just, an indication of just taking the spread. 90% of the time, they might just be taking the spread back and forth. So lots of different ways to look at order flow though.
And you don't use level 2 at all?
I do. Yeah, I have level 2 for sure.
Okay.
I have all of them. I pay for everything, and I don't even know. Like I think ARCA. So I have NASDAQ Total View. I think that's like $150 a month. I have ARCA Book. It's cheap. I think it's like $30 a month. I don't even know what it is. It's just all grouped in. And then there's NYSE Open Book is $60 a month. There's At the Edge, and you know, so yeah, I pay for it all. I got the quotes on everything, so I kind of got the books on everything. Where, you know, if there's a big order there, and sometimes you'll just see a big fish. It's just a big order, like we pointed out yesterday in LUV. There was just a huge order there. I believe it was 65, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to buy the 64 because it's going to run a major resistance at 65.
I don't think it ever got there.
Yeah, I never even got close to there. But, you know, if it would have got up to the higher 64s, I probably would have shorted because you got big fish up there that you can lean on a little bit. So, you know, that is the nice thing about having the books is knowing where the big fish are. But again, 90% of institutions aren't showing their hand like they used to. Back in the day, there's big orders all over the place. So you could kind of get a feel, you know, you got a big order here, big order here. Well, it's probably going to bounce between there a little bit until you get a big buyer to take this out or a big seller to take this fish out. Now, you know, it's just like needle in a haystack. There's not as many of those big orders around. But when they're there, they're still significant. The HFT algos are all over them. The prop traders are watching them. Anybody who's subscribing to the books and is reading Flow a little bit is watching them too. Because those, you know, you got a big seller there. It takes a lot of money to take it out. You got a 100,000 share order to sell a $10 stock. It's $1 million to take that out. If it's, you know, a $100 stock, it's $10 million to take that out. So you got to think about, you know, it's hard to get through there without a lot of buyers.
Greg makes a good point. You know, you're not trying to gain an edge by looking at what everyone else is doing in the charts and all this stuff. I mean, have a plan. Get your order out there. If you want to sell at a price and get done. Don't, you know, use your parameters. Because if you're going to spend time looking and jockeying and seeing what, they're a big seller, a big buyer, the big that, you don't know, like these option trades, you don't know what they're doing on the other side of things. So I like what Greg says, man. Just put your order out there. Get done. Have a stop, have a target, and don't worry, especially in this world, with the 100 up all the time, basically. I agree with Greg on that one. All right, 847.
It depends your time frame. So I'll take you the Sean way here. When the time frame matters, if you're a short-term scalper or day trader, I don't put any of my orders out there.
Yep.
Because I'm in the market and they're going to lean on me all the time. And I don't like giving insurance. I use what is called a discretionary order, where if I want to buy a stock at 38.50, I'll throw my order down at like 38 with 50 cents of discretion. So if it goes 38.50 offer, it'll lift it automatically. It's on the exchange. It's sitting there on the exchange with discretion. So it'll, you know, instantaneously buy the offer if it gets offered there. But if I'm just sitting there 38.50 bid, they start trading in front of you and leaning on your bid for protection, and you might not get filled. So I like, you know, or using discretionary orders. Again, if you're at, you know, some of these smaller discount brokerages, they probably don't have these options. You kind of get what you pay for. Yep. Free trading. You don't get all the tools and bells and whistles that we're going to get. But, you know, I use discretionary orders on everything. So I'm literally, out of the market. I don't want to be in the market. I want my bid in this market because my bid is going to push the price higher just because you got a bid out there. They're like, oh, high frequency traders, I'll lean on this guy here at 38.50. I'll lean on him. I'll buy it ahead of him. And then if the going gets tough, I'll slam him. And then, you know, so you get filled when it blows through you. But, you know, if the stock's wide, you know, what happens too when you throw it 38.50? They go 51, 52, 53. Not on Bank America or AMD, but on the smaller mid caps, you throw 38.50, it's automatically bid 51 in front of you, the penny jumper, you know, and then, you know, so then you pull it and then they pull it too, but they're leaning on you for protection. I don't like giving my protection out there, so I don't like sitting my orders out there. If you're a long-term retail investor and you're doing 2 or 3 trades a day and you just want to have your order on the book just in case it gets down there, I mean, that's a different story. But if you're an active trader, I don't like being inside the market.
Yep. All right. Well, let's do one, and then Jason's going to hop on in a moment here. Ramon's been very patient. He's asked about WOOF a lot today, Petco. So let's take a look at WOOF.
Held up very well in a market that has been hitting, you know, the smaller. I don't know if WOOF's a growth name. Maybe that's the issue. It's more of a value play, but it's held up very well. 25 is always a big psychological level for a stock because on the options they go 20, 22 and a half, 25. I mean, yeah, we had dollars and, you know, they've changed it over the years, but it's always, you know, in those 2.5 point increments. Like Kenny Glick says, you know, you got 25, go 27 and a half. You get 27 and a half, you're going 30. So the next step for this is to get through 25. That's the big level for it. It's double top there twice, 2 days in a row, telling me there's some major resistance at 25.
That's my boy. It needs to
get through there.
That's my boy. And that's the 50% retracement too. Look at that. 24.60, 25. So, yeah, I agree. I mean, it had the The IPO got slammed, came back, halfway back. People are deciding, is this going back? I love it. I love your call on that one. 25.
You hear that? Mike S has to leave. We got to wait. So I'm on. Mike S has to leave because I'm the biggest pumper. Okay, so let's hold off. Let him go.
Raz,
Okay.
you said something last week before you get going. You said something that really intrigued me last week, and last week. I want to talk to you about it. You mentioned that Bitcoin thing. No, you came on this week, like on Tuesday, and you mentioned that Benzinga was putting some money into a Bitcoin thing with TradeStation, and there was different rates of return. So I know you're just tell me about it. What's the rate of return? Because I don't know, just for like the next couple, maybe months, maybe a year, locking in 5-7%. Tell me about that thing with TradeStation.
I just put in last night at 11:55 p.m. another, I guess I could say 70,000 of Benzinga money to this program.
So you're going to keep adding to it, right?
Joel, it's USDC. It's the stable coin. It's compared to the USD. So I like to get some interest on cash because I don't want to risk the principal with all my money. You can buy you can buy AT&T and get a 6.5% yield. I get it, and that's nice. They're not taxing not increasing dividend tax. But I wanted to get some USDC 6 to 10% yield. So basically, between TradeStation, BlockFi, and Voyager, you can go from 6 to 10%. There's other places that people are going to write in the chat. Raz, you can go use this place, Ariba, and that. I don't like those places as much because I want a secure place. Voyager has $200 million in the bank cash. Okay, that makes me feel comfortable. TradeStation has been around for years. The brokerage, yes, Lehman's been around for years. Different leverage points, and so that's what I've done. So, for example, I'm telling you, I put 70,000 last night into this USDC. Well, it's not in it yet. It'll probably be in today. But my point is, at the end, if there's 400,000. And you have 8% interest. That's the numbers. I don't.
Well, and what's your downside?
Yeah, if you get 8 to 10% interest, it doesn't.
We lost them for a second.
You did not lose me. You did not lose me.
What is the downside? So you get 8 to 10%.
I didn't talk.
Interest.
I didn't talk because I'm saying
you stumped them.
No, you didn't stump me. That's my answer. No downside. That's my answer. That's my answer.
I'm in.
So
yeah, like 8 to 10%. I'll sell all my stocks and go all in there too now because 8 to 10% in the stock market is a great long-term return. That's why it's got to be some risk somewhere. I don't know anything about it.
So Dennis. So here's the story. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys are in the room right now, you may send out stuff and like say there's a Wall Street Journal wrote an article about this thing. But they didn't do it right. They wrote about the Bitcoin interest stuff, and that's not what I'm doing. I'm doing USDC. The interest is if your counterparty went bankrupt, and the counterparty is like Coinbase or BlockFi if they go bankrupt, or Circle if they go bankrupt. Okay, that means that TradeStation wouldn't back up the money. That means that it would have
right. So it's counterparty risk, which is the same with any any instrument, any debt instrument, right?
Well, the one difference is, Spencer, just to be clear, I don't want to pump up or sell anything and then someone gets screwed and make a mistake. I like to let's do downside scenarios now. Let's go as hard as we can for this. So the downside scenario, Spencer, is if you have your money in JP Morgan or a bank, there's a thing called, and I think you know this, but FDIC insurance. Right. You're insured up to $250,000. Now, back in 2008, Spencer, when some banks got, and credit unions had to close down, their FDIC insurance was up to $250,000, and people had more money in there. None of those people lost their money. The government backstopped them. So they went past the FDIC insurance, which is the right thing to do. When you put your money in something where you think it's going to be completely, completely secure, so that's different. That one I would say is more secure. Dennis, when something is giving like you're saying right now, 6 to 10%, I want to be all in, right? But it sounds too good to be true because the rate is so high, and that is my concern. So I went to the CEOs of every of those brokerages. I have it in writing, everything, and I can read the emails telling me that we're secure. We're the people they have it with, they have to have 10-to-1 leverage of cash on the balance sheet versus this stuff, you know, and I researched it for 7 months before doing it.
I know.
And Dennis, I haven't been able to find someone tell me that I have more than a 0.00001% chance of losing this money. I have not been able to find someone. Now, I'm not saying they're not out there. So if you're out there and you're telling me that my money's at more risk than I think, and you're listening to this amazing pre-market prep show, please let us know. Jason at Benzinga.com, because I've done immense research on it and I can't find it. I can't find it, guys. I have put
what if Bitcoin goes to 25,000?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's what I was told. I said, what if Bitcoin might? You see, I'm a more risk reverse than you, I guess. I still no, I'm not. Yeah, you're more risk reverse, but I'm just thinking about my Tesla position. But if Bitcoin goes to 5,000 is the question I asked. That was the question I asked because guys, I also put my personal savings in there. Like not all of it.
I'm interested too. You've got me intrigued.
I've been thinking
me and Joel both interested.
Yeah,
10% relatively risk free. That's good.
Sign me up, baby.
I would personally, like you got here, I'll put a link in the chat. Let's do this since I'm dropping advice that I think is useful. I'm going to put a link in, and hopefully if you're going to open up a Voyager account, you'll use a Benzinga link. Let's see. I know we have an affiliate link. Do we not?
But it's very what sounds like it's very conservative, and because I know you have a huge appetite for risk, so when you talk about something conservative and you talk about that kind of return, you got my attention.
Oh yeah,
and you got my full attention because I've been looking at some structured products from some of these brokerage firms where supposedly it's 8 to 15% with no downside. I mean, there's a lot of BS out there.
I've tried to get my brother to put money in. Like, you know, my brother is very conservative and he hasn't done it yet. My dad, I didn't try to. My dad, you know,
yeah.
But I'm telling you, but I'm telling you guys, I have talked to the CEO. I mean, I can pull up my emails. I mean, maybe I should. I can show you the emails from the CEOs of these brokerages, from Voyager, from this, like saying, and I ask question, okay, is all your money in this stuff? And you know, like I go deep on it. And I'm not saying to you, Joel, and I want to be clear. Let's just say your life, okay? Let's say you had 10,000 for your your monthly expenses. I'm not using like real numbers. 20,000 for the stock market. And then let's say you had 70,000 saved. That's all you had. Okay. 70,000 is your total savings. I'm not saying put all 70,000.
No,
in it, but what I'm saying is put half, 35,000, 30,000.
And is this it? I just put a Spencer.
All right, we're both on the link. Me and Joel both clicked the link, so you're making some money off that link.
I don't know if I'm making money.
It says
but,
earn up to 10% interest APR. It's right there at the top of the page.
And so
let me see.
No, but here, Greg Martin, we gotta look at Greg Martin's comment because I won't listen. I don't believe that there's no downside, Greg. I don't.
Well, this is basically lending Voyager money, is it not?
It's lending the counterparty money. So Voyager, I mean, I can have Steve come out and talk about it. We've talked about it like 5 times on the show. Oh, I've had it like a bunch. So hold on. So, the interest rate can change. So for example, right now, like the interest rate can change. I monitor the USDC rates. There's 12% rates you can get right now. I'm an expert on USDC on the rate of return. So there are brokerages that pay 12% right now. I wouldn't invest in those because the counterparty risk is a lot higher. I look at who the counterparty
Trade
is.
Station, I mean, they've been around.
So Coinbase is the main counterparty here?
Well, so that's it's either the GSU. So Gemini is one of the. It depends on what USDC you get. So there's GUSD, which is Gemini. Gemini is GUSD. So if you go inside your
and that's the one that's run by the Winklevoss.
Yes, and they have a lot of cash in the balance sheet. So I wouldn't say I'll open up my I'm going to open up my Voyager account right now and show you guys my personal.
So you can't do it. You can't do it at. You can't do it at traditional. You wouldn't be able to get this done at a traditional brokerage firm.
No,
right?
no. TradeStation though has crypto, man. So that is. So here, I'm going to log into my Voyager and show you guys what it looks like.
I think some of them, Joel, you can. Like Fidelity is starting to allow it.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Someone said it over $1 million. You got to have $1 million.
All right. Well, Benzinga obviously.
I don't think that.
Okay.
I think Spencer's saying some fake news. I have not heard Voyager.
Someone put that in the chat.
I didn't say they have it. I said they're like going to start. They're going to start it. Is what I remember a couple months ago.
Me and Joel love 6 to 8%.
Yeah.
Wait.
So
I work hard.
I haven't been able to
6%.
sleep at night when he told me that.
Wait, hold on. I gotta go up. Josh Montanero says, "I trust Meet Kevin's perspective." And what is that? Because I brought this up to him a while ago, and he wasn't familiar with it at the time. So what is that? USDC versus USDT. Okay, those are two different. It's tether. That's its time period is annually, guys. I'm going to show you my interest statements. I'm going to show you it all right now, guys. Hold on. I got it all up. All right.
Yeah, like someone just mentioned, they used to call Bernie Madoff the Jewish T-bill, 1% a month.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I don't know why it's to be Jewish, but okay.
Bernie Madoff?
What that has to do with anything?
Yeah, I don't know where that came in.
It's a racist joke, but you guys are all Jewish, so I guess it's okay.
I guess.
That's what he was called.
Joel said it, and
Joel said Joel's
Joel
Jewish.
said
I
it.
guess if you're just doing a joke against yourself, I guess
I think
it's
Joel's.
okay. I'm not sure if that's okay or not.
I think Joel's half a Jew. Just kidding. Okay, all right. Hold on. Okay, so I have my crypto right here, 9% interest.
Wait. Let me go full screen on you, or Ellie. Oh, not that. Hold on.
I'm terrible.
Here we go. Okay. So okay.
That's 9% interest. I'm going to show you my returns.
I see it.
Okay, I'm going to show you the returns now. So I just showed you 9% interest. Now where do I show you what my yield has been so far? 1 month return, 1 year. I got to show you I mean, I get it depends on numbers.
You
I
see
get
it going in
900.
the account, man. I mean, I'll do my own due diligence on it.
Yeah, me and Joel are gonna research this thing. I got the link up. I'm going to look at this thing after the show.
Which one was it? Was it a Benzinga link or did was it a Raz?
Here, it's this one. It's not a Raz link. It's Benzinga. I'm not self-serving to just Raz. Okay. Yes, I've given my blood, sweat, and tears for this company, and a lot of my stuff's tied up in equity. But I don't give my own personal links to make money. This is if there's money.
No. I wasn't asking.
Yeah, no,
that.
that's not what I meant. It's not what I meant. So yeah, it's all it is a link through Benzinga, but the link's in the chat right now.
Got it. And
do the Voyager one,
and,
right?
And guys, I want to be clear. When something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. So it's like when I did this research, there's this company Circle that created the USDC. So go research that. I talk to the CEOs of these companies, and they're people I trust very much so. So Steve Ehrlich's the CEO of Voyager. Before Steve Ehrlich was the CEO of Voyager, I would say to people in general that Steve Ehrlich is the nicest guy I know. Most gentlemanly. I call him the biggest mensch. When I was, trying to get business at Lightspeed when he was a CEO, every other, not every other, but a lot of people, I take them out, wine and dine. We went to a Rangers hockey game. All I tried to do was buy him a shirt. It was his tickets. This is many years ago. He wouldn't let me spend $1 on him. Not $1. He's just the most ethical, nicest guy I know. And I've said that for years. And he's the Voyager CEO. He's never going to tell me a wrong thing when it to risk something that could hurt my family. And so I invest in this Voyager at 9%. It seems too good to be true. So I don't put every single cent in there. I put in 50. I put in, say I had 100,000 in saving. Let's just make up a number. Then I would put in 40,000. Just and what I did the first month, guys, I dipped my toes. I put in 5K. The second month I put in 10K, and then so I was at 15K. I wanted to make sure I got the interest. And the month after I put another 15K, and so I was at 35,000. And then that's what it is right now. But I just don't want people to jump in to something that none of us fully get. And any good article, I mean, I've had our Benzinga research team research it, and you know what we'll do next week. I'll work on getting some more of the USDC, the Circle creator on to ask more questions.
Excellent.
So you see Brian Walls, this is what I was talking about. Brian Walls said Celsius 13%, and there's things you can do. See, I don't like that. When it's so high, I don't like it. I want these companies to make, I said to Steve Ehrlich, why don't you lower the interest rate? Because be more conservative. I didn't like that. I don't want a 13%. That sounds just way too good to be true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at it. Okay. Sorry on the crypto conversation, guys. I don't mean to
It's
bore
very
you.
informative, though. I mean, I know you make good, a lot of good investments, and you mentioned that, and I'm just like, because I'm sitting on way too much cash. I'm going to have more cash, and
Well, that's a
I
good.
want to get rid of it.
Well, that's a good problem. Yeah, that's what Grant Cardone, one of my guys. I know people don't necessarily like him all the time, but you know what he says. You know what he says? He says cash is trash. Cash is trash. And what he means is take your cash, leverage it into real estate deals, margin, because you listen, dude, think about this. Dennis, you want to you have a prop trading behind you, so it's different for Dennis. But for most of us, if you put, $100,000 in the market, you get a 20% return, you get 120,000. If you have 100,000 in cash, you can go buy one real estate property, only put $20,000 down, then leverage that up, then go buy another one, and another one, and
They're
another
not
one.
liquid, though. They're not liquid. Real estate's not that liquid.
You're right.
They are right now.
They are right now. Joel, here's the truth, man. I had $0 to my name many years ago. Zero. I bought my first house for $42,500. I got a mortgage for $64,900. They gave me a check for $22,000 at closing. I took that $22,000, $12,000 to fix the house with a Spanish team that I didn't speak English, so it was
Where was that at?
It was not easy. And I sold the house 3 months later for $96,250 or $92,250. Anyways, I made $30,000 in the first house in 3 months.
Where was that at? Where was your first house?
6 Mile and Telegraph.
Ooh.
House flipping.
House flipping. Yeah,
There's
Dennis.
money in that.
Oh my God. And renting it, like renting the houses too. I just got tired of renting the houses. So I didn't want to deal with it. I needed more quantity to make it easier, but there's definitely money in that. If you're willing to put in that was my first house, James. Second house I bought for $38,250. Put in $15,000, sold it for $102 4 months later.
I know it is. I know it is.
Hey guys, if you guys want to see more of information like this, investing on flips or getting interest on your crypto, whatever it may be, would you guys like to see a weekly show on this? Put a 1 in the chat. I would love to do that show and start getting that lined up, but I want to see and get the feedback out there if you guys, this is what you want to see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You just can't talk about SPACs.
Why not?
Dennis,
maybe there's a house flipping SPAC out there.
Dennis, this first house, Dennis, when I say I put in the work, man, I put in the work. I hired this crew that didn't speak a word of English. Okay. And I speak very basic Spanish. And it was like I had to go to the stores, buy the stuff, do all the, spent like $6,000 at Home Depot. And then they would do the work. And then I remember it was like Christmas and we had to get this done. People are moving in. And these guys were drunk, the workers. And they started calling me and pranking me. Okay.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, oh my God, we're not done. Like literally like pranking me. Then the next day they apologized. But I'm like, for a whole night, for like a whole day, I had more anxiety than you could ever imagine. I'm like, I have this house, my first house. These guys don't speak English. My mom told me not to use them because she has some construction she knows. And I use them. And I'm like, they can basically just overtake the house and tear it apart. I just have to they're calling me drunk and they're doing the work. I'll never forget it. Like it was yesterday. And the house, I know the address. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it, but I know it. It worked out. Were
you married?
I
gotta think about that. Go back a lot of years ago.
It was it was close to that. At some point, the way I got into it, some real estate agent, hired me to go take photos of houses around town. I go into and he's to pay me $50 for each photo. I go take the photos. You know how much money I got from those photos? He never paid me. And I'm like, this is BS.
Yeah. He took the photos and never paid you.
He never paid me. I have people that owe me money, and he why didn't I hire Americans to do my house? I didn't know.
I do want to mention. We will be talking.
I love this chat. This chat is.
It was like the Munchkins in the Wizard of Oz. They didn't get paid either. Did you know that? They stiffed the Munchkins in the Wizard of Oz.
How do you know that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were supposed to get $40 a week and they never got paid. None of the Munchkins got paid in the Wizard of Oz.
That's bullshit.
There's a fun fact for you.
I don't know. This show.
It's true.
But
Munchkins didn't get paid.
But to summarize, to put this all in summary, Mitchell Hodge came on, and the show of flipping and real estate making money, there's demand for it. And I can bring Grant Cardone on. We're friends now. And yeah, we can do stuff like that.
I have an idea right now that I'm thinking about doing. It's called glamping. Glamping, guys.
You're a grandma?
Look into it.
It's not your idea, Mitch.
That is my idea for making money right now. If you're thinking about investing and you're thinking about low money investment versus a flip,
Do you know how rude
you can
that
look
is,
into
Mitch?
glamping.
That's so rude, Mitch.
Wait, investing what? Investing in glamping? What?
Do you know what glamping is?
I know what glamping is.
Well, say it. Say it.
Glamorous camping.
Exactly. And so
I've
you can
never
spend
heard of
about
glamping. I learned something new today.
15,000. You can spend about 15,000 investment to make about 5,000 a month
Wait,
in income.
stop. What is this scheme?
The information on this show is for informational purposes. Mitch's views do not reflect any of my views.
Is there a mute button on Mitch right now? Because I don't know what the heck he's talking about. He's either Mitch. If you clam bake this morning, is that what I got? Glamping. I don't know what's going on over there, but
10 times better investment than flipping.
All right.
But I do know. But Spencer, I have to get this out.
Yeah.
So he said, "Why didn't I hire Americans?" I literally bought this house, and I would go to Home Depot, and I sat in front of Home Depot for 2 days. Okay. Looking for workers needing work to do. And that's how I found my workers. I hired 2 crews. They showed up the first day, then come back the next day. The third crew showed up the next day. That's how I hired my workers. Everyone's like, oh, I can't buy a house. I can't flip it. I had no money, guys. You have to remember, I had $0. I'm not joking. Credit cards, I couldn't get them. Didn't have anything. And I sat outside Home Depot at Telegraph and 12 Mile, I think, or it was somewhere else. So, and that's how I got my workers. I didn't ask what race, ethnicity, anything. I'm like, can you do the work? Here's what we have. Show me a house you've done. I followed them in the back in the car. Like I followed them to the house like that they've done. I'm like, and I said, can I talk to the owner first? Talk to the owner. They're great. Boom, boom. All right, I'll hire you. That's it. That's what I did. That's how I got the workers. So I don't think it's fair to recruit based on race, ethnicity, or any of that kind of stuff. So that's my opinion.
All right, a couple quick announcements. They will be talking about real estate on the Power Hour today because they're talking to the CEO of Site Centers, which is a REIT. David Lucas will be on at 12:30 with Hot Stocks Luke Jacoby. I also want to plug another interview we've got.
Hot Stocks!
Okay.
Is that Luke?
Who is that?
If you remember, we had Thomas Healy, the CEO of Hyliion, on the show back in August. He will be on SPAX Attack today at 11:15. I think that sounds right. 11:15 Eastern Time. SPAX Attack with Hyliion CEO Thomas Healy. So check that out there. Jason, any final thoughts before I do some more?
Sorry, Jason, I really sidetracked you with that, but I just thought it was just great information, and
Hot
I want to look into.
That was me that yelled that out. Yeah, a couple quick stock items. Just for housekeeping purposes to keep everyone honest. I bought a little more Leslie's. Is Leslie's my big pick. So we're up 15%. And then I sold some stuff. Joel, you asked me about PENN National. I said if it breaks 90, I'm moving on out a little to the top. No, I just sold a little bit more of it.
We had a TV show with Jeffersons.
Yes, that's
Good
me.
one.
We great show. Moving on out to the east side. Yeah, I don't know how it goes. Sorry. Okay, and then BTN and FK. Someone's laughing by me. I don't know what's going on. Okay, BTN and FGF. I took a little bit off, just a little, because it's been railing so much, and there's good stuff from it. Oh yeah, that's BTN is by far the stock, the most money I've ever put in a stock on a cost type thing. Most money. I got that from my friend, the hedge fund guy, Brian, and it's like a holding company, like a little bit of like a Berkshire, but not Berkshire, but like kind of the model of it. And it's been doing really well because one of the stocks they own 7 million shares of went up 60% this week. Wow. So that's why. DraftKings, I sold my entire position in DraftKings. I know you guys are going to hate me for that. I did that. So I'm just letting you guys know.
I think it was a good sell.
Okay. And then did I do? Oh, I sold my Jets ETF, JETS. I kept my Delta, but I sold Jets ETF, and I sold all my call options in Hog. I bought Hog previous earnings. It was up 140%, and I'm out of it.
Just in the nick of time, because that got downgraded by Morgan Stanley to sell today.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, I had
night. 6 calls, and now I have 0 calls as of yesterday. Holy cow! Oh yeah, down 2.23%. That would have killed my calls. Okay, so that's good to know. I don't think BTN's too late, but I just have so much in it, man. I just went, I just don't have so much. Webcoin. Sometimes you don't need to understand the company. See, Dennis, I'm a bet on the jockey, not the horse. If your jockey is me and you believe in me on some of these picks, sometimes just bet on me, because if Brian tells me that's a good stock, I don't need to think about it. You know.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. I got this. Why am I complaining that Edwina, that the guy didn't speak? You're gonna hate me, Spencer. That they didn't speak English. I didn't complain. It was a experience that made me work harder and learn the language. I actually loved it because I took Spanish in high school and never got great at it, and it helped me get so much better. And I loved it actually. And there's no complaint. The day of Christmas when they were drinking and calling me, yeah, that was not the best day. But dude, these guys were the bomb. Please don't put words in my mouth. I am who I am.
It's a little bit intimidating when you're the general contractor on a project and your employees don't speak the same language as you. Yeah. I think that's probably the issue.
But it was good learning. It was good learning. I mean, I love those guys. I still talk to them. And then so I gave you some of those.
His Spanish has gotten much better now.
You don't still talk to him, Raz. I still talk to him.
We'll call the out on that one.
All right.
Show us their number in your phone.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hold on. Here it is. And you guys are hilarious. And I still own Bill, BIL. And Upwork I still like. Six. I'm still singing the song here. 6 to 60 by August. That's the symbols, SIX. 6. I don't know how to sing a song, but 6 to 60.
You're dating yourself on that one, Raz.
Yeah, and then
I never even heard of that one.
And then before Joel's time.
I'm still going to Home Depot with those guys. STKS. TAST. I almost sold TAST this week, but I didn't, so I still have that. Oh, and then TAP. I still own a lot of TAP. Molson.
That's Camilo was on the show.
That's
his biggest position.
He's following me into it. He's learning.
Was that your pick? Camilo followed you on that one?
He's learning. No,
top two. I kind of like
no. I'm just joking.
Do you know what, Jason? Do you know what ranch water is?
Oh my God! I'm gonna kill you. Someone mentioned this to me 2 days ago. What the heck is? Oh, it was him.
Chris.
It's from Chris.
Yeah, you know what? He was kind of picking on the Midwest a little
about
bit.
About Molson.
Joel's upset because Chris was making fun of us.
He was making fun of the Midwest.
Why? What did he say?
He was. We got this drink down here now, but you guys will hear about it in 2 years. That's what he said.
I said, can't all hear about it in 7 years.
Yeah. You guys.
Hey, Raz, those guys that worked on your house, did they fix your roof when you had that leak?
That's where he got COVID. It was the roofers.
Hey, if you're new to the show, my name is Jason Raznick. I know there's a lot of new people. I'm on Twitter at Jason Raznick, and feel free to send us feedback on how we can improve to PreMarket. What is it? PreMarket at Benzinga.com.
PreMarket at Benzinga.com. You can email powerhour at Benzinga.com.
Yeah, we're working our butts off for you guys.
Yeah.
This is your show. We really appreciate you guys. Please remember to subscribe. And if you're an E-Trade user or not E-Trade user, send them an email and say, hey, add Benzinga News. Then send us an email to powerhour@benzinga.com and we'll send you swag. If you don't have swag, then just let a brokerage know you want Benzinga News and we'll send you swag. We'll send you jackets, T-shirts. We got a whole store in the back of this office here.
How about pajama pants?
We have underwear.
That's all I ever wear.
We have underwear with Jason's face on it. If you want that,
hopefully we do not have that. I don't even want to be part of that. I don't want to be on someone's private parts. You know.
All right.
I mean,
I didn't make it to the store, man. I just work here.
That's a real thing. Wow, this is.
If you don't have your mic right on Monday, you're not going to be working here on Tuesday.
If you don't what?
He's talking to me.
Oh, his mic has been off to start the show last 2 days in a row.
Benzinga brand No, that's not.
All right, we're digressing. We got. I want
to say one last thing. I got in at 6:45 today. It's the earliest I've been in a while. I really liked it. I had crazy energy this morning. Spencer told me to be quiet because I was just yelling and singing stuff. I had rap music on from the 80s and I was jamming here. So I'm glad I've chilled out a little bit before I come on the show because literally I think we would have had a lot of unsubscribes for how much energy I had before the show. But then I chilled out a little bit. So
what rap music were you listening to from the 80s? That's
my God,
early rap days.
Wait, Spencer was in at 6:45.
No. Spencer wasn't. No, I was. I come in.
DMC.
I come in though, Joel, and like all the lights are on, all the TVs on. It seemed like there was like a party here before I got here, and there was no one here. So,
are you paying the electric or is?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm paying electric, so I don't know who's.
No, but you know what he's not paying? He's not paying our water bill because we don't have any water.
Yeah, we have no. We have no water.
You don't have any running water in the
Voyager is giving 8 to 10%. Come on, stop being a late bloomer. Voyager, 8 to 10%.
He took all the money. He took his water bill money and put it in Voyager.
We don't have running water.
We have no water. It's the craziest thing ever. There's no water. I went to get water yesterday to wash my hands. No water. I'm like, what are we doing here? We have this show. I'm sure if we wanted water, I guarantee if we said we need money to pay for our water bill, I guarantee the community here would help us, but we didn't even I didn't even know we didn't have water.
We need some tips for water.
Luke bought an Evian bottle of water. I don't think Luke knows that Evian's the most expensive. He really should have gotten some other water.
I washed my hands with Evian. I felt so wrong.
As soon as I found out that when you spell it backwards, it's called naive.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, Evian.
You want to hear? You want to hear something a little crazy? My uncle, who's not alive anymore. So my uncle though, he had Evian change their bottle cap in 1989 or 1994 or something.
Why?
They were the first water bill because he said it was too hard to open. It was the first bottled water company like ever, and he was a bottled water drinker from day one. And he got in touch with the CEO, and they changed their cap on account of his facts. It's little known fact that
you need a pair of pliers to open the bottle of water.
Yeah.
Jason Raznick is the founder and CEO of Benzinga. You can find him on Twitter at Jason Raznick. You can email him. He already gave that email. And Jason joins us every Friday. Jason, we appreciate it.
Wait, one last thing. This Friday night, we're dropping a video. It's behind the scenes at Benzinga. Benzinga. And I will give you one tease. I don't know if I want to do this publicly here, but I'm just telling you got to watch it. I'm too embarrassed to say the tease right now.
So I'm going to watch it.
There's a part that you guys are all going to crack up. Don't
oversell. Don't oversell. You gotta,
I promise you that if you guys don't die at this one part, I'm not even able to talk about it right now because I'm in the middle of the office. And I just don't feel comfortable talking about it. But I promise you, and it's not inappropriate, Joel. There's not swear words involved. You don't have to get your soap bar and wipe my mouth out with soap. It's fine. It's just stuff that there's a couple words. My dad kept us pretty sheltered growing up when it came. I don't want to go into it, but it's in the show. That's all I'll tell you.
All right. Clyde wants to know if I had to change my number when you gave it out on the stream. No, but I did change my voicemail to make it generic so people don't know that they're calling me.
My number is 248-766-0.
I cut him off.
Perfect time to cut him off.
He's gonna come back.
All right, everyone, that's gonna be a wrap. Dennis, Joel,
hilarious. I got it. You're fast. Yeah. Peace. Love you. Right.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right.
See you at 3:30 at the close.
See you at the close. Oh, sorry, Joel. All right. I have some housekeeping items, and then we're going to transfer over to get technical with Neil Hamilton. So first, we're in a bit of a zany mood today. Go ahead, if you haven't already, smash that like button, please. How many likes are we at right now? We're at, 460? Is that last I checked, 460? Yeah. Come on. Get to 500. That'd be great. Second thing, if you want a free trial of Benzinga Pro, it is our real-time news and research platform. Go to pro.benzinga.com. That'll give you a free 2-week trial. If you want more than that, enter the promo code YouTube20. That's YouTube lowercase, the number 20. That'll get you 20% off any Benzinga Pro subscription. Next thing, we have a new YouTube channel. It's called Benzinga Clips. No live shows, just highlights from our live shows. Short stuff, 1, 2, 3-minute videos. Subscribe to that if you haven't already on YouTube. What else did I want to say? Oh, yeah. In the description of this video, and every video I might add, there's a whole bunch of resources, right? Links to our swag store, links to our investing courses, links to our newsletters, our free newsletters, our paid newsletters, links to our social media, links to the podcast. Check all of that out. It's in the description of every video on YouTube. There's a whole bunch of resources there. Speaking of podcast, every single show that we do is available in podcast form on all the major platforms, whether it's Spotify, iTunes, Google, Stitcher, whatever. Just subscribe to any of our shows if you want the podcast. As far as today's show, well, every show really, please remember all the information on our show is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. For those of you who missed it yesterday, we had our small cap clean tech conference hosted by or emceed by yours truly on one track. I did one track. Neil did the other track. I'm going to throw the links in the chat There's one link. And
Subscribe to the Benzinga Twitter.
okay, subscribe to the Benzinga Twitter, at Benzinga on Twitter. There's 2 links right there in the chat. I think I did it right. Yeah, I put 2 links in there. Check it out. 8 hours of small cap clean tech content talking about clean energy, renewable resources, batteries, dozens of presentations from public companies. So check that out. It's right there on the Benzinga YouTube. You can go to benzingaevents.com also to learn more about that and all future events. Okay, I'm wrapping it up here for the day. So I'm going to end this stream. It'll redirect to Get Technical. Clyde W says you flip back and forth all day. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate that. Surf the line. I'll watch this weekend. Yeah, love it. Love it. Awesome. All right. Gonna end the stream. I will see you all. Oh, wait, before I do that, here's our schedule for the day. Let's bring that up. Here's today's programming schedule. Okay. You got pre-market prep ending. You got Get Technical. You got the Benzinga Pro experts, Ryan and Mallard, on at 10:30. We've got SPACs Attack. As I mentioned, Thomas Healy, CEO of Hylon, HYLN, on SPACs Attack today at 11. You got the Power Hour with Jason and Luke on at noon. Options Explained with Robert Roy at 2 o'clock. We haven't done trivia in like 3 weeks. We're doing trivia this week. Today, 3 o'clock. We got the At the Close show at 3:30. We got Cannabis Insider at 4:30. And we got Money Mitch at 6 o'clock. That's the schedule for the day. Producer AB is telling me not to wrap yet. I don't know why. I don't know why he would say that. Because we're at the open. And how are we actually doing today? We didn't really talk like overall. We didn't really talk that many stocks, which I mean we did take our time. I know we didn't get to all your tickers. I'm sorry. If you have more tickers, you can drop them in the chat. For Neil's show, Get Technical, or you can drop them in the chat on Power Hour, or just wait until the At the Close show, and we'll do more ticker time, Joel and I, at a 3:30. But I apologize if we did not get to all your tickers. We can never really get to all of them in one show. I mean, we are up this morning here. Looks like it as we head into the open. I don't know, kind of flattish. I'm sort of lost because I didn't really follow the market yesterday because I was doing the event. So I'm sort of flying blind here this morning. It feels like I took a day off. All right. I don't care what Aaron, Bree, and Neil say. I'm wrapping. It's 9:27. They're going into Get Technical starting at 9:30. And I'm done. So everyone, smash the like if you haven't already. Hit subscribe. Leave a comment. Hit share. Do all those things. I will see you on. I'll be on the stream at 10:45 for the news desk update, and then I'll be back throughout the day. Mitch, what's up?
Hey, I got something for you, Spencer. Since we gotta wait for them to get on, how about we just?
I don't know what they're doing over there. They're just.
I'll play a clip here. It's gonna be literally 2 minutes, and then we'll wrap up.
Oh, one of our
to end the day.
Yeah, we have all these commercials we haven't played.
Not even a commercial. Even better, a Benzinga clips.
Do it.
Let's do it, guys.
I'm gonna get this going here. So what you gotta do is you gotta select a pack.
Wait.
Select one right here.
Mitch,
Open
it's
one.
super fast.
Let's get this
What do
going.
we do?
Let's see what we get.
All right.
Oh, it wants me to log in again. This is what you got to do, guys. This is what you got to do. You got to have the Wax account. Wax account. Good thing Google doesn't let you see my password here. Let's get in. Boom, boom. That a baby. Let's go ahead. Let's check out this pack here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Here we are, guys. Here we are. We got the opening pack here, the first lineup. Look at that on the first one. We got an uncommon there. Uncommon. So first up, we got Gene Segura. We got Garcia, and an uncommon here, Brandon Nemo. Oh, that looks gold. I like that. I like that. Austin Riley. Let's go down. Let's see what else we got here. All right, so we also got a Mookie Betts World Series card. It's a common, but one of the things to mention, guys, is, and I don't know if you guys know this, but the company is actually doing a process called a burn. And so what are burns, right? And so one of the things that happens with NFTs is that we really want to limit the amount of these cards that get out, these amount of digital collectibles that get out, right? And so one of the ways that we can limit is we can burn these commons. So essentially giving.
All right, guys. I just went and muted that there. If you guys want to see a little bit more of this clip, definitely check out Benzinga clips, and definitely check out, guys. Yesterday, I actually got a rare from one of these packs. So check out the show, guys.
There's our
Here's
bell.
the bell.
Means
Let's wrap it up.
It means Neil is live. Oh my God! Wait, one more thing. We have all these commercials, and we never use them. So I'm gonna play one of them right now, because we have all these great ads that our video team makes for us, and we don't ever make use of them.
I tell all my CEOs, this is a very, very, very important platform. And look, all the other I tell all my CEOs, this is a very, very, very important platform. And look, all the other platforms are important too, but you're up there now. You're way up there.
Best investments you can do in your future is actually go and re-educate yourself on credible sites and credible resources like Benzinga. You guys have been killing it.
The comment section on this show is remarkable. Like the quality of the combo, and just big shout out to you and your community.
So I love about you guys, you know, you just had all your callers in right then. And it's all about the community here at Benzinga.